Sunny here from Oil and Vinegar Junction. Today we're just going to do a quick little breakfast that has some great flavors in it. We're going to make an omelet. We're going to do it with the mushroom sage oil. It gives it just that little bit of earthiness and that tiny little hint of sage that makes it oh so good. I'm going to do a 3-egg omelet. We're going to go ahead, we're going to put this into a bowl. And to that, we are going to add about half a teaspoon of salt. I'm using my French grade just because it's my most favorite all-purpose salt. And then also some fresh ground pepper. And once we get that all in together, we're just going to beat the eggs nice and good so that we don't see any little bits of whites in there, and that our omelet will cook up really nice and perfect with a little bit of yolk in every bite. To it, we're going to add about 3/4 a cup of spinach. And I like the leaves to be cut down a little bit smaller just so when you're cutting and eating it, you don't have some big chunk that you're trying to cut through. So I just take them, put them in a stack, and then I'm cutting them about 1/4 inch thick, just julienne style. And it's just going to give me some nice little strips to work with. And I'm going to throw that in with our egg mixture and stir that in really quick. And then that will go in our pan all together. Now that we have our spinach mixed in with our eggs, we're going to go ahead and get our omelet cooking. Our pan has been heating over medium. And to that, we're going to add 1 to 2 tablespoons of our olive oil. Now once that's poured in and we have just enough to kind of coat the bottom of the pan, we're going to go ahead and we're going to give it a little swirl, shake it around the pan to make sure there's a little bit of oil all over for us. And then we're going to add in our eggs and spinach. Once it's in, I'm just going to give the pan a little shake again to get the eggs spread out all over. And to that, I have about 1/4 cup of ham that I'm going to add in. And then I'm going to let it cook off now for about 3 or 4 minutes, and we'll start seeing those eggs set. While the omelet is cooking, to top it off, some grape tomatoes are the perfect finish to it. So I'm just going to go ahead, I've already washed these. I'm going to take them and I'm just going to cut them into little quarters just so they're a little bit easier, and then that will be our garnish for the top and just a little bit of extra flavor. Once the eggs are starting to set, which you can see they are around the outside, but the inside's still a little bit runny. I don't like my omelets to have runny eggs in the middle at all. I just like them nice and soft. So I always take my omelet and give it a quick little flip. I'm just going to let this cook on this side for maybe 1-2 minutes. It will just finish that really quick for me. And then we're going to go ahead, we're going to add in some fabulous cheese. Now that the inside has set, just because I like it to be pretty, I flipped it back the way that it started. And I'm just going to add in this delicious Swiss cheese to it. And as soon as I put the cheese in, I don't let it keep cooking. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to turn it off the heat and pull it off. And then to melt that cheese, I like to just fold my omelets into itself and let it just sit for maybe 1 minute or so. And as it cools down and gets ready for me to eat, then it's going to be, have all that ooey gooey cheese melted on the inside for me. So the cheese is melted, the spinach, the ham smells delicious. All we're going to do to finish it off is just top it off with those wonderful, fresh grape tomatoes. This is a fabulous way to start your day. I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to give it a little taste here. You can see how perfect that cheese is melted, that vibrant spinach. I have to go back in to get my little piece of ham. The sage is super subtle, and that's what I love about this oil. You just get that little bit of taste that hits you at the end and lingers on your tongue with it. The tomatoes are a must for this meal. It adds a little acidity and just that burst of brightness with it. Eggs are the perfect way to start any day, and with ham, spinach, a little bit of mushroom and sage flavor with that, and some fresh tomatoes, you can't beat it. So as usual, from my store to your table, enjoy.